You are now listening to the Inner Circle Podcast Network.
Never die. Never die. Never die. Never die. Never die. Never die. Never die.
Fuck you.
All right. It's Wednesday. The week just flown by. But before we get into today's podcast, I'd like to thank Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, you're trying to lose weight, feel great, get in shape. You're trying to just manage your weight. You want to learn something that you feel is difficult to manage. And, weight loss is one of those things that people just feel they don't have control. But the thing is it's learning a system that helps you maintain a healthy life. I'm talking about a proper balance, not this quick fix, take a tea, take a pill. No. Eating real food, what to eat, how to eat, you know what I'm saying? Really like laying the foundation of a proper nutritional life and diet. And you can easily do this with Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Just mention Angry Dad and they'll take care of you. That is Jon Andersen's Thrive Body Transformation Program. Look, CH Concrete serving the San Francisco Bay Area. That is CH Concrete serving the San Francisco Bay Area. No job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, does not matter. CH Concrete can help you. Just mention the Angry Dad and they'll take care of you. Official is a hip-hop inspired street band. Look, I'm talking about shirts, hats, the bracelets. Look, they have high quality stuff. They take old school, make it new school. They have designs that just fit the body right. And you know what? It's got that hip-hop inspired street brand, that look, that it's the stuff that everybody wants. You can get hooked the fuck up at official.com. Use code AngryDad at checkout. Get 25% off your first order at checkout. That is 25% off your first order with code AngryDad at checkout. And if you order over 50, it is free fucking shipping. So you're definitely getting hooked the fuck up. Just make sure you order over 50 and you're getting free fucking shipping. And you get 25% off your first order with code AngryDad at checkout. So get hooked the fuck up at official.com. All right. There's something I want to talk about, and it's funny as hell because, like I said, I just listened to Dragging the Table, and if you haven't heard that podcast, they're part of the Inner Circle podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the side shows for the untrained eye. DJ himself puts on that show, and you know what? It's a great show because, like I said, it's his thoughts, it's his feelings, it's what comes out of his mouth, and it's just like it makes you feel that their feelings and your emotions are validated for how you feel. And the thing is like he had mentioned on his podcast this week, is the emotional feeling of your kids, of having kids, having someone you provide for, because it's a different kind of love. It's a different kind of relationship and feeling that most people will never understand unless you have kids, or when most people won't even understand until you have to physically take and emotionally take care of somebody that's on a different playing level. And when I mean different playing level, look, we had the opportunity to grow up. We had an opportunity to live our lives. We had an opportunity to have our mistakes. But when you have a child, you take on this responsibility that requires you to teach, nurture, show, learn from your mistakes, take charge of what you do in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about setting an example. It's about emotionally teaching someone how to be a human being. You know what I'm saying? Because they pick up your traits. They pick up your mannerisms. Your kids that are in your life, the ones that you take care of, see you in a different light. They see you in their way. And, we don't understand that because, like I said, my kids, they look at me, oh, Dad, you're stupid. Dad, you're this and this. And it's because I always show that I'm my affection for them. I show them that I love them. I show them all these things. I'm embarrassing. I'm crazy because I say these things in their life. And yet, as I'm doing these things, it's a fine balance of friendship. It's a fine balance of communication. It's a fine balance of being a father and being a parent. Most people think it's a walk in the park to have a kid. It's like, no, you are trying to manage someone who has hormones and emotions that are out of control. You're trying to wrangle them. You're trying to help them make sense of the world when the world doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? You base your life in reality and you have gravity, and that gravity holds you down and it keeps you with a peace of mind. And the thing is trying to instill that peace of mind into a child as they're growing up in these chaotic times. You know what I'm saying? The world is insane. Everything is going crazy. But the thing is holding them down to a level to where it's understanding. There's no false expectations. There's no, delusions of grandeur. It's like, no, This is real life. This is what we do. This is how things go. And understand, I'm here to help you. I'm here to be here for you. I'm here to do things that no one else in this world will ever do, and that's love you unconditionally and always be there. I have arguments, I have disagreements, I have not, like in a lack of a better terms, fights with my kids where they don't agree with what I'm doing, what I'm saying, or how I treat them, because kids are going to be good, kids are going to be bad, kids are going to do things that make you upset. All right. But the thing is, it's always coming back to teaching them, helping them, showing them the understanding, because these are lessons that aren't learned now. They are learned and appreciated later, because you have cause and effect. They did something. And because they did that, there has to be an action. There has to be a reaction. There has to be a consequence if someone gets in trouble for something that they did. Because if there's no consequence, then it's always going to be a problem. If you don't teach your kids the difference between reality and life, well, life is going to fucking eat them the fuck up. And reality is going to fucking drag them the fuck down. Because you see all these kids, all these entitled kids, all these people that are complaining and bitching and moaning that things aren't going their way, things aren't right, you can't say that, you can't do this, and guess the fuck what? Where do they end up? Nowhere. The majority of them end up just always angry, always confused, not willing to fix, not willing to work, not willing to do anything to correct the situation. They are not willing to take responsibility for their lives. It's because someone was always there to pick up the fucking pieces and put it back the fucking together. And as a parent, it is your job to pick up the pieces and put it back together. But the thing is to instill the lessons that needs to be learned. It's to instill something in them that fortifies them, that they don't crack under pressure as hard as they did at a young age. It's to toughen them up. It's to teach them. It's to learn them. It's to show them there's a way to get by in life that is not difficult. If you go with the flow, if you fix the situation, you can correct the situation. If you make a mistake, you own up to the mistake. But when you own up to the mistake, understand there's consequences that come with that. But when you handle those consequences, guess the fuck what? There's no bullshit after. I figured it out. Don't do it again. There's a lot of things to parenting that are not taught. You know what I'm saying? That, when I grew up, my mom worked. So, the majority of the time she was never home. So I never had that opportunity to be around my mom as much as I like. I always remember her doing stuff for me, but I have plenty of memories with my uncles and my grandma and everyone else who would take me and let me go do things and, take us on trips and stuff like that. But the thing is my mom had to work. She worked 2 to 3 jobs. So, in a subconscious level, that's how I attacked work. That's how I always worked. I thought as long as I work, everything will be fine. And that's not the fucking truth. So I had to learn that lesson of finding a balance, because I worked so much that I missed out on my first son's life and the majority of my second son's life. And then with my daughter, but with my youngest son, there's things you can't make up for. But the thing is I learned something from that. I learned that you have to take the time to appreciate. You have to find the balance of work and life, because money isn't everything. I'm saying? Your family is everything. Your time with them is everything, because time slips away so fast. Because I remember my first son being born, and then the next thing you know, my 4th son's born. You see what I'm saying? My 4th kid is born, and I'm like, I missed out on so much because I was so concentrated on working and trying to be the best I could be, not understanding that I need to put the best I am in them. I had an opportunity to fix it. I fixed it. I had an opportunity to navigate and try to steer his life into the best direction I could. And I did that. And I continue to do that with all my kids. And I continue to push like that with all my kids. But also, too, I take the time to appreciate the time and effort and the moments I have with them. Because as soon as you turn around, they don't need you. As soon as you turn around, they're independent. As soon as you turn around, they're gone. And that's the thing. But here's the flip side to that coin. It is up to you to help your kids understand that you are a safe place. You are a safe zone. You are where they can come. Because when problems happen, when shit hits the fan, They need advice. They don't know what to do. Their back's against the corner. You should be the person that they call for that advice. I'm not saying fix their problems, but what I'm saying is to add comfort to their life, to let them know that you understand, you get it. Let's figure it out. Let's talk out a game plan. Let's do these things. So these are conversations that I have with all my kids. These are conversations that I explain. These are things that we talk about because I always ask them about the future. I always ask them about what's happening. I always try to make sure that they know that they can call me no matter what the situation is. I don't give a fuck what's happening. I don't give a fuck what's going on. I don't care what happened in that moment. The only thing I care is, are you safe? Can I help you? What can I do for you? Understand that, guess what? Just come home and we'll figure it the fuck out. Because you want your kids to be able to reach out to you, vent, explain, get, because you know what? When you have that comfortability there, it lets you know that they understand that they love you and you love them, because they will come to you with their problems. Like I said, it's not up to us to fix their problems, but it's up to us to help them with their problems. All right, because we can always lend an ear. We can always have a shoulder. They can always sit on my couch. They can, like I said, at any moment in time, day or night, they call, I'm coming, because that's what we're supposed to do as parents. All right. We have to give them the benefit of the doubt to be able to help them. We have to be able to show them, you know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I always say is, like I said, I didn't learn this later into my life, is to always explicitly explain how I feel to them, to let them know that I love them, that I'm proud of them, that I care for them, that I am here for them, because I repeat these things to them. And I do it on a consistent basis, because if I don't repeat it, they don't know. It's in one ear, out the other, because what I say is stupid. What I say is dumb. What I say is not cool in their mind. But they don't understand it yet. But when they get of age, they will understand. They will get it. They will see it. And the reason I know this is because I know it, because my mom did it. My mom was always busy working, but now I appreciate it for everything that she did, everything that she said, everything that we went through. I understand it now. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. And as an adult, I have an appreciation for that. I have a love for that. That's my mom. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have the opportunity to really to take care of us in the way she liked, but she did what she could with the situation that she was in. 4 kids, single mom, working her ass off to support us in a crazy situation. I never felt poor. I never was not a happy kid, but we were struggling and she made it happen. So that's what I do. All right. I live my example the way my mom lives her life. I get shit fucking done. I don't worry about nobody else's fucking problems, because guess the fuck what? I do what it takes to make me happy. And because I'm happy, I know everyone else around me is happy. And the thing is I share that happiness with my family. I share that happiness with my kids. I show them the joy I have with them just being in the room. It's one of the things why I always was very big on, we sit down and eat when everyone's home. We go out to a restaurant, we sit down and we eat. And how was your day? What is going on? These are the things that I ask. And because I ask these things and I want to know these things and I have an interest in these things, my kids tell me. And because they tell me, I get a glimpse into their life. I understand that they're doing good. They're being happy. They're having a rough patch. They're having a rough time. They don't get why this is happening. And then I get to give my feedback. I get to have this full, genuine conversation with them. And they might feel it's stupid for me to always ask and always do. But the thing is it's showing that interest. It's because they don't know that we're having this intimate moment of a father-son moment by us just having this conversation. Me analyzing their day, me seeing how they feel, me reacting to their day, and me giving my advice, my opinion, or my help when it's needed. Because the thing is you can always say you can help, you can always offer your help, but it's always going to be up to them whether they accept the help. But if you leave out the nuggets that they need to either understand, get it, hear it, see it, fix it, guess the fuck what? They'll understand. They'll get it. You'll give them the spark in their head they need to change what they're thinking. And if they ask you for the help, guess the fuck what? You help them out. You hold their hand and you guide them into the direction they need to figure out the problem. And then if it requires a phone call to call somebody and talk to somebody, guess the fuck what? That's what I do. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know, the kids grow up extremely fast, but the thing is to always insert yourself into the moments that are happening, because when you insert yourself into the moments that are happening, that's what's remembered. The smiles, the feeling, the joy, you know what I'm saying, sitting back. I could be in the room, quiet as fuck. They're laughing, they're screaming, they're fighting, they're arguing, they're having a good time. And they know I'm there. And I enjoy that because that's what fucking happens. That's what this is about. That's about being a father, is having a house full of chaos and you frustrated as hell because you're like, no one's being quiet. But it's perfectly fine, because as much as I'm going to complain about that, I want that in my house because that's fun. The house is alive. And that's joy. And that's what it's about, having a family, is that moment in time, because those moments in times they feel that's what emanates from the house. It's wherever we are. They can all come, sit down, eat, be themselves, and hold nothing back. Everyone's going to fight. Everyone's going to complain. Everyone's going to argue. But guess the fuck what? That's what family does. And you have a good fucking time. That's what I'm fucking saying. So, you know, like I said, DJ mentioned some words and I heard it, and, you know, it makes me feel a certain kind of way because I cherish my family. I care for my family. I'm there for my family. I've done leaps and bounds for my family. And the reason I've done those things is because I grew up with that. And because I grew up with that, I want to make sure that my kids have that instilled in them. And it makes me feel good when I hear friends and family who are like having emotions and feelings about like crazy shit going on. And so when you have that crazy shit going on, it feels good. It's happy because, like I said, we go through our struggles to have our happiness. Because if you don't know what it is to deal with the bullshit, you ain't gonna know what it is to deal with the happiness. And that's just how it goes. It comes and goes, but at the end of the day, the way you feel and the way you are towards them is the only thing that counts. That's what I'm fucking saying. So guess the fuck what? This is an Angry Motherfucking Dad. You want to watch this shit? IGTV, YouTube. You want us to do it? Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. I'm also part of the Inner Circle Podcast Network, group of powerful podcasters out there sharing their shit. That is innercirclepn.com. Every one of our websites, every one of our shows, so make sure you go check it the fuck out. You also have shows as Creatures of the Night, The Hood Diner, The Untrained Eye, The Plunge, Failing Hollywood, Simmons and More Podcast. Shit happens when you party naked. Too hot for the internet, so it's got to be at Patreon/Team So make sure you go check it the fuck out. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Never die. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living. Always living.